Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Christian, and you are on 5AA Griffith. This is A&R's podcast. I have Rivers to my right, Nicole and Joe. I am Christian. I am a part of the team. I do most of like the IT behind the scenes stuff, but now I am the host of this new podcast show. And I'm also the most nice one on here too, so that's the reason why I'm hosting it. But so yeah, for people who don't know you all, if you want to give y'all a brief introduction, we'll start with Rivers first.
My name is Antonio Rivers. I was a police officer here in Charlotte for 18 years. 13 and a half of that, I was on the SWAT team. Before I retired, I got into a pretty bad accident, so I had to retire medically. But before then, I was looking into creating what is A&R Tactics now, just giving civilians more opportunity to get some training in with firearms and home defense and self-defense training. So that's what got me here, giving people different places to go, get some training, having a nice atmosphere, being able to work with people who don't have any egos, so you can come in here at whatever level your training is at and come get some good training here. So that's why I started this, and I was luckily and fortunate enough to get Nicole and Joe to come in with me, and we got it up and running. So Nicole, Joe.
Can we go first? I'm Nicole Thurman. I'm the civilian of the crew, so I joke that I'm the civilian translator. But I grew up out west. I grew up big game hunting. That was my main experience with firearms. And now I'm a USCCA NRA certified firearms instructor. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm really interested in the civilian trauma response and teaching that to people to empower them. And then I'm belted in Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu. And so we love to fight and shoot and put people back together again, right, guys?
Yes, she does love to fight.
Just when I'm hungry, that's when it's the worst.
Oh yeah. So I'm Joe. 15 years law enforcement. A large majority of that time, like 13 and a half years, I spent on specialized units, SWAT. So learned a lot, saw a lot. Worked a lot, and that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Came on board with A&R Tactics. I love the teaching aspect of it. Very fascinated by teaching. I love to train, and I want to pour out what's in me into people so they can stay safe. So glad to be here.
Dope. Well, the whole point of this podcast is for you to meet them, but in the most rawest, uncutest way ever. Like, these are some really raw people, especially compared to me, like very raw. So let's get a little into it. So I want to talk about how, like, what would you say, or what would people say are y'all personalities? And actually, what I want to do is I want you all to tell me what his personality is. And then I want you to say, is that right? And if so, like, how is that personality translated into y'all violent world that y'all live in? Because y'all live in a very violent world.
Used to.
So, Nicole, what would you say is his personality?
So I'll say perceived versus reality of what it really is. People would perceive that he's rough or being an asshole sometimes or something like that. The reality is he has the biggest heart of anybody you know as a protector, and he wants to have the answers and solutions and the ability to take care of everybody.
So cute. Alright. I'm on the perceived side, because I ain't see that shit yet.
Personality. So I'm thinking. So I'm saying here, whenever you said that, I'm like comparing them to like an animal. Because you know people ask that question,
and it's not a funny.
Like, hey, like if you could be an animal, what animal could you be? Right?
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm following. So
yeah,
dolphin
so
is coming.
I would say nah. So he got this dog named Mouse, and Mouse is huge. Mouse is the size of a bear. But Mouse is very lovable up until you get too close to them kids or something that he loves. And when he barks, you know it's Mouse. Like when Rivers walk in and he's like, "Hey y'all," like you know it's Rivers.
Yeah.
So definitely that protector that comes to mind, and that deep voice, but for people that he loves, he's that cuddle bear. So that's what I get from Mouse.
Okay. Would you?
So I didn't call him a cuddle bear, but you did.
So I call you Mouse.
Yeah, I had to bring him in here one day. He had to be on the podcast. You're just a 150-pound Akita, so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is a real animal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll bring him in, introduce you to him.
Uh-huh.
But, what you was gonna ask me?
I was gonna say, like, would you agree with them and Mouse?
Yeah, I am very protective of people that I call friends or I call family. I'm very protective of them. I don't care. I don't want anything said about them. Sometimes I go a little bit overboard with it, but that's just me. I just feel like if it's something that needs to be said and I'm around, I need to be able to take care of them. So that's why I always push myself into training. I don't want, if it's an issue with somebody that I know, or somebody that knows me, I take offense if you don't call me, if you don't have a problem. If you have a problem and you don't call me, and it's from money or to whatever, like, you need to call me. That's just me. I feel like if I'm there, if I'm in your life, I'm in your life for a reason. I'm in your life, and that's what I've been put here for. So you don't ever hear me complaining. If I do complain, well, you've heard me complaining. So, but if I do, but a lot of times it's more of the outlook on how people perceive them, especially if it's something that I've done, or if someone has an issue with A&R Tactics and they want to say something about them, you don't know, you come talk to me.
Okay.
And I'm not no tough guy or anything like that, but I just feel like if I'm here, I should be the one that should be addressing that. Like, I'll sit back, like, I don't want to be on camera, like, this is for them, I don't want to be on camera, but I am here if they need something, or even y'all, even with Sam and you, like, y'all are part of the family now. So if it's anything that needs to be done, anything, come and talk to me about it. I really take offense if y'all have an issue and I'm here, it's something that I can do to help y'all, and y'all go to somebody else. I take offense to that. That's the only time I get mad at people that I bring into my, bring into my family or consider friends. So, but yeah, they hit it right on the head. I don't like that. I don't like. I like everybody to get along. I like to be able to take care of everybody. I feel like that's what I was put here to do. So, and that's why I'm here doing training now to help people out. So, yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, all
I
right.
talk to Tat out. At the end of the day, you gotta talk to Tat out.
But again, I'm not no tough guy, nothing. I just like to be able to help people out. So if you need help, please. And I mean it when we say it on the when we doing our other videos or anything, and we tell y'all if y'all need help, y'all have any questions about training, to come in. That's why usually our training lasts longer than what it needs to be, because I'm really trying to make sure that they understand what we're trying to convey to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Oh. Yeah, nice to meet you, Bruce. I don't even know if all right,
Where to go
well.
from there?
It's like it's turned into an Oprah show, right?
I mean, because I see you, like, you're like, dude, like, I mean, like, you're huge, you know? Like, you're tall, and your deep voice, and every time I hear you, you're talking about, like, I mean, not bashing somebody's head in, but, like, like making sure, like, hey, like, don't play with me.
Nah, it's just, but when you're talking to me up you're in a facility, we're talking about self-defense. Like, we're not talking about going to, choir rehearsal or anything like that. We're talking about self-defense. We're talking about people getting robbed and stuff like that, or people doing violence onto someone else. So
it's appropriate language.
It's appropriate language, and you have to. And the thing is that just trying to get people to understand they need to accept violence sometimes. And that's, I mean, you laugh, but it's seriously, like, at some point, if somebody's trying to do something violent to you and you still trying to be friendly to them, you're already behind the 8 ball. So at a certain point, if I've gave this olive branch and you don't want it, I'm gonna beat you with it. So that's just kind of, you know.
Is that the answer you want?
So like that's hella dope. Like I'm gonna ask each one of y'all this. So my last question is, do you wake up every morning and choose violence?
I do.
Okay, nice.
He hesitated too long.
and I'm being funny, but I wake up and I understand what is going on out in the world today, and unfortunately, it is violent. And due to my career, I mean, Joe can say the same. Due to my career, the things that I've seen, I understand what's going on out here. A lot of people, they try to avoid it, and you have people like me, you have people like Joe, you have all these other instructors that we work with that have seen it. Some have seen it on different levels than what we've seen it on, but it's the understanding that it is out here. And a lot of people try to avoid it. It's like, well, if I don't look at it, it ain't gonna, if I don't pay attention to it, if I don't put myself in that situation, yeah, that it won't bother me. But when it does, where you at? Like your mind state is, I would say 95% of the fight. If you are mentally not prepared for it, you basically lost. So if you go in with that whole thing of, I don't want to deal with this, or I want to avoid it, or that's not going to happen to me, and then when it do, what are you going to do about it? So yeah, I guess I would. I kind of choose it. I'm looking at it when I get up in the morning. I just say that.
Okay, now Nicole, you're next. So you're sitting over there all nice and stuff, and you're very
nice.
strong, and
Don't let it fool you.
all right. Well, okay. So Joe, what is her personality?
How can I put it without getting punched in the face? So,
What animal?
like I said, no animal. She is that very charming, lovable individual that will hurt you. She will. If you get on her bad side and you're training with her, she don't know how to throttle back. So but she's definitely a sledgehammer all day. She's our sledgehammer. Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
She'll drop that hammer on you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, y'all just don't mind me, you know. I see personalities and things, animals and stuff like that. Don't mind me.
That's a whole other podcast.
That's what my part.
Okay. All right.
Spiritual side of A&R.
Rivers.
Very unassuming, very smart,
Yeah.
very caring. She about like me with people that you invite into you, because you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. So, and when she chooses you as a friend, you are a friend. And she has taken up for Joe. she's taken up for me before too, and no need to, but she feels she has to. And I love what she do with her kids. She's very family oriented. Loves training. Love pushing people and making space for them. Again, here we don't care what your level is. We'll meet you on it, training wise. And she loved getting new people in to train with them, especially. And she's very thankful because she always, thank y'all, but it's like, nah, Nicole, like we wouldn't take half of this shit. I wouldn't know how to do, so no, thank you. And then especially with people just coming in training, like she makes it real comfortable for people coming in training. I know, like my voice, I'm covered in tattoos. I know I can be, intimidated a little bit, but she brings people in, and I always refer to her. Or I have, newer shooters or people that are just getting into this to more like talk to her. She looks like, nice librarian, but she'll choke the hell out of me. But that's why we do it. I like it. She is she means a lot to A&R. Just everything that she does in the background, especially with the training, keeping us in line, because me and Joe is probably hard to deal with. I know we headaches, like two 40-year-old adolescents in here all the time. It's like, no, y'all can't do that. No, we're not buying that. Put that back. Stop touching that. So she has her hands full dealing with me and Joe. But yeah, I'm very grateful that she decided to come on with me. Yeah.
That's amazing. How does that make you feel?
That's humbling. Like, I hope I can live up to that for both of them, because they're important to me. I have a lot of respect for them.
That's dope. Hella dope. Cool. Joe, the last one, man. Like, if I had to say what animal you were,
What would you say?
like, you kind of look like you seen Madagascar?
Yes.
Like, you like this.
You like the movie.
Yeah. King Julian.
Yeah, keep always with it though. Always ready for it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of animals to choose from on that show.
Oh,
I'm wondering
yeah.
where that was going.
A lot.
So, like, I'm dying to hear what y'all think about this
Me
guy.
too.
Cause you're interesting to me.
Me too.
Do you have any King Julian quotes for us?
I like the movie.
All right, I'm gonna start with.
All right, Joe first met him about a year ago, right before. Matter of fact, I met him when I found this building here, and I was looking to purchase some rifles, and I wanted someone to build me some rifles, and I didn't want to buy any expensive rifles, really expensive rifles, because we're going to be in here training, they're going to be getting dropped, and the only thing we're going to be shooting out of them is force-on-force rounds. So I was thinking that I didn't need to have a real expensive rifle. And I like going to either military, I was in the Marine Corps, so I like, military police or local businesses. I like giving my money to. So went to one gun store, and they were like, hey, I really think you need to talk to this guy right here. He's a police officer, he's on SWAT, blah, blah, blah. I think y'all can work it out. I gave him a call, told him exactly what I needed. He was like, I'm getting off in 10 minutes. This is my address. I have my guns and stuff here. You can come and look at what I built. And I went by there and I was like, dude, this is way nicer than anything I needed in this shop that I'm gonna have. And at the time, his partner and my old partner was with me, and me and him I was like, dude, this is way. I'm like, we're not gonna afford these guys. And then I'm like trying to talk them down, like, hey, look, why don't you take this off and put this? And he's like, no, this is how you get it.
I don't build junk.
Yeah, I don't build junk. I don't build junk at all. And
I know you built guns.
Yeah. I do a lot of things.
So that's why when you always talk about pistol whipping somebody with a little light, you can build another light.
Now I'll buy another light.
Well, yeah, okay, you're
Yeah,
buying
but
light.
see, you buy the good one first. So if you have to use it in that capacity,
It's rated for pistol
It's
whipping.
rated for pistol whipping.
please
That's an
edit that out.
off-label use.
Sorry.
Yeah, please edit that out. But
That's considered an off-label
It's
use,
rated for drops. Yeah.
yeah,
which can be equated to.
Yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Nothing. Carry on.
Wait, what is drops? I'm just
It's like
rated-
they
it's
got
rated for
drops
drop,
on the
so-
ground.
Yeah.
So how many times you can drop it, or how high it can be dropped from?
Oh.
So if you
okay.
have something cheap, you drop it, it's gonna break. You have something good.
Oh, that's how about like breaking against somebody's face if they can handle.
Yeah. Like,
Is that what y'all talking
Yeah.
about?
Podcast is gonna get canceled before YouTube is gonna.
What they're trying to talk about is the
An aspect of self-defense.
yeah.
that's
what's
Oh, okay, okay,
What's
okay, yeah.
stated
Okay,
on the
aspect of
box.
self-defense.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
the drop
If you need
rate.
to use it to pistol whip somebody. It's self-defense though,
Yeah,
right?
it's rated. It's rated pretty good. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so before we get any felonies in this conversation here, but when he showed me his product, I liked it. I I like the way he handled himself, him and his partner at the time, and it was just like, nah, this is what you're gonna get. And explained to them what I had going on, what I wanted to do. We was able to work out a deal for the rifles, and it was a real good deal. I found the building. Joe came over again. I talked to him on the phone, called him within 10 minutes. I was at his house. We really talked. I found the building one day and he hit me up and he came down and we had a chance to really sit and chop it up, and we get it all from there. I mean, he was on the same page, like, look, whatever you need, let me know. Once the business he was at before got up and running, first thing he did was, I need your cards, I need this, I need that, I need to push people down here. Like, it just, every day it was something, some kind of idea or something he wanted to do. So when it came that he was like, hey, look, I want to come on full time, I was like, hey, we'll make a way to get you over here. And his knowledge of training, the way he loved to train people, was the same as me and Nicole. He has that same attitude that I have, and I like both of them have it, is when I bring you into here, you know, I take care of you. I want to make sure that don't nothing happen. I want to make sure that everything goes good. I want to make sure that, you know, we are able to grow as a team. It's not no individual. I love it. And then having him in here with his knowledge on weapons, on building weapons, the type of weapons, the rounds, what we need to use, and all of that. I mean, you can't beat it. And people tend to gravitate to him until they have to go against him in the shoot house. We've had several come in and they look at his statue, you know, like, you know, all 145 pounds of him, and they feel like, but then he's really like
I hide behind stuff very well.
Yeah. They find out the hard way. They find out the hard way.
With that being said, you come here, check behind the doors.
No, seriously, y'all. If y'all came here, let's like real life Call of Duty. So like for y'all who play Call of Duty online, like you come here, it's real life Call of Duty here. Get some like really great shooters, killers, but like they do, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's fun. We try to make it fun. And again, with the training aspect of it, he understood that the more we can get someone to relax when we're trying to teach you self-defense and what all comes with that, it's easy for them to catch on to. Mm-hmm. So if you're not scared and you're not being an asshole, you know, you go to some of these places. And that's another reason I opened this spot, was because of the assholes that I've ran into, and Joe's ran into them too, Nicole has ran into them, and it's either from them not knowing my background, or, you know, unfortunately sometimes the color of my skin has something to do with it, and then with Nicole, you know, being a female has something to do with it. And so we want to make an atmosphere like none of that really matters. We want good people in here, coming in and train. We want to train good people. I give a shit what your background is on, you know, your preference, who you pray to, whatever. If you're a good person, you want to come in here, you want to protect yourself, and you want to learn to protect yourself, and then hopefully maybe you'll protect my family too. And so again, when you find somebody like that, I don't have to harp on that with Joe. It's like, look, this is the class we needed. Or if something's going on, it's like, look, we need to put a class on for this. And it's like, go on and run with it, just tell me what I need to pay. Right. So that's where I'm at. And they both of them were like that. It's like, hey, I want to do this. It's like, all right, go ahead. Yeah. And it's good to have that. And with both of them too, I'm blessed to have both of them. It's like, I don't have to worry or check behind, or, you know what I'm saying, if somebody's trying to scam me, anything like that. I know that they have my best interests in mind, and also have theirs. So
we're gonna get a raise.
That's what I was hearing too.
Yeah. McDonald's doing a special now, the chicken nuggets.
2 Wendy's worth.
Okay. Y'all get 2 barbecue sauces.
So Nicole, how's Joe's personality? So wait, so are you considered a mouse too? Well, are you mouse? No, he's not mouse.
You already said he's Julian.
No, he's Julian.
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
He's way more dangerous than King Julian though.
Oh, okay. Like Planet of the Apes type. Okay, no, I mean, I see that. I literally see that. I see Planet of the Apes right now.
Caesar.
But he's strong. Don't let his size fool you. Don't let his size fool you. He's He's not going to back down from anything. The best is when he talked about the story where
Where I was getting beat up.
Yeah.
What
I
happened?
wish I would have.
Yeah, I was on the call, man. I was on the call, went hands on with the dude, and yeah. So my LEO guys know whenever that call comes out, you just gotta go. So it's not my first nor last time I got my behind whooped. And see, and I embrace it.
Learning experience.
It's a learning experience. So this dude went hands on with him. It was domestic. Went hands on with him. Boom. So I got him in the chokehold like that, and he stood up, and he was tall.
And you're tall, so he must have been.
He was tall, and he was big. He was what they say. He was a biggie. So I got him like this, and I'm holding on with all my strength, and he starts ramming me into the drywall, and we busted up the living room pretty good. Responding officers came in. I held on. I was running that bull, and ended up I told him, I was like, just tase him, just hit him, and I rode the lightning with him.
Bro,
Yep, twice.
you're not even laughing, bro. Like,
Nah,
you're so serious.
Nah, it's real.
But yeah.
Yeah. So it was all training experience. Never let go. Never let go, and don't try to talk whenever they're hitting you with that taser because
It don't sound right.
So, yeah.
Would any of y'all like be willing to get tased on camera?
Yeah.
No.
I would do it.
Yeah, Joe can do it. I've been tased a couple of times.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, I've been voluntold a
Wait,
couple
what?
times, so I think including him, I think I wrote it probably about 5-6 times.
You like getting tased?
You know what? It relaxes the muscles in your back.
You
So
breathe
gotta
so
look
much
at
better.
it.
Like,
Yeah, you gotta
after
look
you
at it
train.
as therapy too.
Yeah.
Shock therapy.
Shock.
Hey, so I got a story too.
I
Like,
better share what I think of it.
yeah. Actually, yes. What do you think about it?
I like those stories. I think when I first met Joe, right away you learn how much integrity he has because, like River said, he was in another business from us, but constantly he was trying to push us forward, even if it meant we were getting a deal instead of him. And so that was the first time I got into it over Joe when someone was questioning his integrity because I knew his actions prove it and they continue to prove it.
Yeah.
And then he is the first one ready to get in a fight for you if you need it. If I come in with a scratch, especially when I came in with that black eye, who do I need to fight? What do I need to do? He's got your back and he would scrap for you. And then to watch him as a teacher, he's a really high level operator, but he takes just as much joy in teaching a brand new person as somebody that's really experienced. And in fact, probably what he might say is one of the hardest parts about being director of training here is not being able to give them everything he knows in that one class. Like, that's hard for him to let people leave without being able to teach them everything, and that's pretty amazing. He's got a lot of amazing qualities and a big soft heart as a dad. He's such a good dad.
Yeah. If you let my kids tell it, I'm good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your story?
Oh, nah, yeah, it was just about getting tased. I'm a badass. So,
Yeah, I can tell.
yeah, I mean,
You got
actually, what is my personality to y'all?
I have no idea. Some days you come in
Yeah.
Christian and then
Some
you.
days we
Yeah,
wondered if there's medication involved or not.
That is absolutely insane. You serious? Like, what?
The last time you came in, you were a little erratic.
Yeah,
You were a little bit erratic.
she is, but I think you opening up to us more. That's what it is. Because when you first came in, like when we first met you, and then we know it was some other stuff with how you felt about us when you first met us, and so and like now you started to open up, and I think we started to see the true Christian. You really a goofball like that, so yeah, that's why you fit in so good here. But when we first met you, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Like you would never say anything. It's like you come in with it. I'm like, well, she don't like us. Why is she here? Like, and Sam just kept bringing, and then after a while, we found out why. But then after a while, you start loosening up, and you just like, I was like, all right, yeah, she's cool. Like she's goofball like us. She don't take stuff serious. She's more laid back, likes to have fun. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say you really like a challenge, and you take it personal if you can't figure something out.
Very much.
And you don't turn loose of that. And then I've really been amazed by how much wholeheartedly how willing you've been to try to help grow us. Like, that's remarkable. Because all the time, and that was something I was going to say about Joe too, we have people hit us up all the time for money, for donations, for whatever, and we're just barely trying to get off the ground.
Yeah.
And when you have people that come to you that want to pour into you and help push you forward and grow you in real ways, it's so rare that it's really remarkable. And so that's I've been so amazed with you with that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, seriously, yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah, very amazed, because the stuff that you do, we won't say on the camera here, but the stuff that you do and you've done it and you still doing for it, it's just like, I can't believe she's doing this. Like, yeah, but we know it's genuine.
Yeah.
And that's hard to find in this industry here. Everybody is out for self at some point, and honestly, I still don't understand that shit. Like seriously, it's so much. You can build so much together, but everybody's out for self, and it's like they want to hurry up and make this money, or they want to hurry up and get over on you. And it's like, if you stick around and you do right, you can make so much more.
Yeah.
You can touch so many more people. So.
Well, I think it's an industry where you can buy clout. Like, not all industries can you do that. Like, you really legit have to work your way up the ladder, but people can buy gear, buy training, and just put themselves out there like that. And they don't want anybody else to approach that level.
No. And we don't do cool guy moves and shit here. So we're gonna put that disclaimer out there now. We're gonna do what needs to be.
What works.
What works.
What
Yeah.
And we'll pressure test some stuff, like, not saying that,
Like holding a chokehold while you're getting tased.
You
can tell people how that works out.
That worked out pretty well. But I love this group, because if we have an ideal about something, we have the facility to test it.
Yeah.
And we surround ourselves with like-minded professionals that will come in and help us test it. So that's the cool thing about it.
Man, y'all are, so what is my animal? Like, badass? Cause like, what's
So
my
you're saying it has to be badass.
Yeah, cause I'm badass. Like, what you mean? Like,
She doesn't want to hear a bunny or anything.
No.
Badass.
like
a cheetah or something.
Yeah.
It's all because I was running around.
You got energy. You got so much energy. Like that day you was rolling around when you was rolling with Nicole, and you surprised me. You stood up, and I'm like, wow, he got a lot of. I remember when I was 20. I don't have any of that energy now. You just stood up with her on you, and it was like, this girl here got a lot of energy. But yeah, you need to come back in and try
She
this
just
some more.
rubbed it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to come back in and try this some more. Yeah.
Joe, fast.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all hear that? Get right. Don't mess with me. You won't catch me.
Sounds like we're gonna need a cheetah print hoodie.
Oh yeah, no, facts. I need one. Y'all check out the A&R gear. Check out the A&R gear.
Absolutely.
You repping it? Check it out. So man, all right. So I gotta ask y'all: do you wake up every morning and choose violence?
I am ready to flip the switch if I need to. I think I go around hoping I get to just be a good person all the time, and that you get to be around good people, but I'm ready to respond.
Okay. Joe, do you wake up every morning and choose violence?
He hopes he gets.
Nah, you know what? And it just comes from getting older. Maturity sets in. Back in my prime,
Yeah.
I woke up every morning like, yeah.
It's gonna be the call out here.
This is the call out. This is it.
Okay.
The more dangerous, the better. But now, my son is at West Point. The twins, they're 7. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, somebody brings something to me. Hey, it's just gonna happen. That's just the way the cookie is going to crumble.
Or anybody around.
So I know that it's necessary. what's the saying? If you want peace, prepare for war. So,
Never heard that.
yeah, you definitely.
Never heard that.
Yeah. Read some books, man.
No. I've read books, bro.
I'm talking about.
War books.
Yeah. Great authors out there. You know.
So if you want peace, prepare for war.
Prepare for war. I forgot who was the actual who actually quoted that one. But that's one that sticks with me. Yeah, and it's just you gotta be mentally prepared whenever you walk out of the door.
Okay.
You know? And if you walk out like, yeah, it will never happen to me and all of that, you're already behind the power curve, you lost, So I wake up every morning, I'll get dressed, throw my gun on, do a couple of dry fires, and because I'm testing out myself, that's who I'm racing to get that gun out. Is because my worst enemy is one that I'm fighting against, which is myself in the mirror. So I'm gonna do my draw fires, and I'm gonna go out and get into the world.
Yeah.
And you'll hear it say that a lot. Is a lot of your mindset on when you encounter some kind of violent act that's against you. Because for one, you're going to be behind the eight ball anyway because you don't know when somebody's going to do it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're going to come up to you like, I'm about to rob you, or I'm about to, you don't know that. So instead of constantly being very far behind the eight ball, it's not more of choosing violence. It's just having a well understanding of it and what can happen.
What could possibly happen.
And what could possibly happen. I mean, we making light, we making jokes and stuff in here, but that is one of the things that we try to instill in our clients, students, friends, however you want to categorize them when they come in here, is to understand that you have to be mentally prepared for what if.
Yeah.
And you hear we can what if stuff to death, and you can what if. We get what ifs all the time on Instagram with some of the training that we do, and it's like 10 seconds that a blurb of what we do in there, and people, we either don't know what we're doing or nobody's going to remember your name. And it's just all kind of craziness.
But I think part of like what you're saying, like the choosing balance is once you're aware of the things that can happen, you set up your actions and your routine to prevent ever having to get in that position. Like it's not going out and looking for trouble or wanting something bad to happen, because the more you train, the more you realize that any of those altercations could turn on a dime, that you could have been killed, that you could have. So you get smart about being aware of what's going on around you and putting, I don't know, not really passive acts, but things in place that help prevent it from ever happening because you're aware of what could happen.
Yeah, because just like, you have people that talk about all you need to do is this. Nah, that's not it. And I have this and I have that, but the bad guy, suspect, whatever you want to call him, piece of shit, still a 50-50 chance they can win too.
Right.
So,
exactly.
We make fun and light up a lot of things, but I walk away from stuff. I don't have anything to prove.
Yeah.
I've fought enough. I've got beat enough. I don't have anything to prove because, like Joe was saying earlier about the older you get, the more mature you get. So with that maturity, you start looking at things more as like, okay, why am I dealing with this right here? Because if I get into this argument, it can escalate to this.
Yeah.
And then now I'm either in prison or I'm getting sued or I'm doing it, Yeah. So some things you can just avoid.
Right.
You can just avoid. So that's what we try to do here. But if you cannot avoid it,
then you gotta go.
Yeah, and so and that's the thing. A lot of people are scared because they don't know. I feel a lot of people are scared, are really scared and timid because they don't know what to do in those situations. So if you come in and you throw a calculus test, I'm gonna be nervous because that's not my thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you study up on it, you start working at it, you're not gonna be as scared anymore. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, so if you go through the training, you come out here and you see what you can do and what you can't do and understand yourself and understand, the tools that you have with you. It kind of takes a lot of that fear out. But if you don't know anything, and you're just coming out here hoping that nobody do anything to you, yeah, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be like a little mouse. Like every time a loud noise or something happens, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be shook, and that goes with people who get their CCWs. Because you got a gun, that doesn't mean you are prepared to deal with any kind of violent encounter.
Right.
You know, so
And sometimes people think on our page that like training is breeding paranoia, but it's just peace of mind. Like, you know, how to handle yourself, how to avoid things. We've actually in the last few weeks gotten like a lot of anti-American comments on our stuff. America's not the only country in the world that has violence, and it's not the only time in history that violence has existed. It always has. Good people have always needed to know how to keep themselves and the people they care about safe. Always. And so it's not about being paranoid. It's just about being prepared, and then you don't have to be.
Well said.
Well, y'all heard that, y'all. Wake up, be prepared, wake up, choose violence. However it makes sense. Wake up and do it. We appreciate y'all watching this. Y'all gotta, y'all spend a little time, got to know them better, got to meet me. And we'll see you next time. We'll holla at you.
Good stuff.